Welcome to another episode of Soul Sessions Motivation for People Pleasers and Introverts with Benjamin the Great, where we have real conversations that feed the soul, strengthen the heart, and inspire us to live with purpose. Before we begin, I want to give all honor and glory to God. Father, thank you for this platform and for the opportunity to continue using my voice to encourage and uplift others. Thank you for every listener who's joining me today. I pray that you speak to me during this episode. Let every word reach the person who needs it. Bless every listener with wisdom, confidence, peace, strength, and clarity. Help us to trust to learn. Help us learn to trust you, trust the journey, and trust the person you are creating us to become. Continue to bless this podcast and allow it to reach people who need encouragement and hope. In Jesus' name, amen, y'all. Today's quote is: You don't need everyone's approval to trust the direction God is leading you. Today, we're talking about something that can be difficult for introverts, overthinkers, and people pleasers: learning to trust yourself. How many times have you had an idea but talked yourself out of it? How many times have you made a decision and then immediately wondered whether everyone else would agree with you? Sometimes we don't lack confidence. We simply become so used to looking outside ourselves for reassurance that we've forgotten how to trust what's already inside of us. So today, we're going to talk about trusting yourself, trusting your instincts, trusting your growth, and most importantly, trusting God. All right. This is Soul Sessions, motivation for people pleasers and introverts. So let's get into it, y'all. Segment one, we will be discussing why do we second guess ourselves? And there's so many reasons as to why we, second guess ourselves, and I want to be talking about that, y'all. Up first, overthinking every decision. We overthink every decision we have to make. Whether we're making the right decision, the wrong decision, will it hurt us in the long run? Will it hurt us financially? Is it a good decision? Am I going to grow from this? Grow from this decision? Are people going to hate this decision? We think about all those things, y'all. Perfectionism, fear of failure, what other people may think or perceive us. And let me tell you something, all of it really doesn't matter in the long run, all right? Because life is all about trial and error. We're going to make decisions that we maybe shouldn't have made, and we're going to make good decisions that we can benefit from. But it's all about learning and learning from your mistakes, making mistakes, learning from them, trial and error, try something. If it doesn't work out, then try it another way, again. Just keep trying until you get it right. All right? So, stop overthinking. It's, easier said than done because I'm an overthinker. I overthink everything. I overthink the way I'm looking in public. I overthink the way, my movements, what I'm speaking, how I'm speaking. Am I saying my words clearly enough for people to understand? I overthink every decision that when it comes to me, I overthink every decision, y'all. I really do. And it can stress you out. It can lead to a lot of worrying, whether or not you made the right decision. But as long as you make a decision, y'all, and you really trust your gut. All right, because your gut never leads you in the wrong direction, and neither does God. All right, God and your gut go hand in hand. Trust what is inside of you, y'all. All right, people can tell you how they want you to react towards a situation. They can tell you how they want you to take on a decision. They can tell you what to decide, but it's really up to you at the end of the day because it's your life, is about your happiness, your peace. You know, and if you listen to somebody else's advice on how to decide something, it ultimately affects you. It's not going to affect them, it's going to affect you. All right. So for me, I do like to hear other people's opinions and see what they think about it. But ultimately, I'm going to go with what I want to go with. And, anyway, it's your decision at the end of the day. They can give you their advice and you can choose whether to listen to it or not. But ultimately, it's up to you to decide for yourself. All right. So, yeah. Next, fear of making mistakes. We fear the fear of failure. Is this decision going to be a good decision for me? Am I going to be hurting in the long run? Is it going to hurt me? Is it going to hurt me financially, mentally, emotionally? We think about all that fear. Fear stops a lot of dreams from happening. Fear stops a lot of things. Dreams go to die in the land of fear. All right. So don't let your dreams die because of fear. All right. Sometimes you got to step out on faith. Make a decision stepping out on faith, y'all. All right. You don't see how it's going to work out for you, but just know and believe and have faith that it will work out for you. All right. Just take that first step. Make that decision. especially if it's something pertaining to your gift, your purpose on this planet. Because at birth, we are all given a gift by God. He places a gift inside of all of us. And it's up to us to find out what it is and go after it. All right? Because when you live in your God given gift, your God given purpose, and you make decisions related to that, God will show you the way. All right? Overthinking is not necessary when you are living and you are moving into what God has for you in your life. And you're moving into what you were made for. All right? So it makes decision making a little easier, you know. But still, the human aspect, us overthinking and fear gets in the way every now and then. But you need to learn to tell that, overthinking and that fear spirit, move aside because I'm doing this. I got to make a decision and I'm trusting my gut on this. You know, you tell fear, hey, you can sit in the passenger seat, but we're going to go do this. All right. We are going to go do this. Do not let fear let you sit at home on your couch, watching your life pass you by, watching other people succeed and do good things on social media and YouTube, and you're just sitting there wallowing in your own misery because you're not acting on anything. You need to act. You need to get out there and you need to make tough decisions. All right. Especially for your future, especially for your children's future and your grandchildren's future, because your future is tied to all of that. All right. So don't let fear get in the way, y'all, and do it. All right. Do it being afraid. Do it doubting. Do it not knowing if it's going to work out. Just do it. You need faith the size of a mustard seed. It doesn't have to be the size of a cow, a horse, or a bull. You just need faith the size of a mustard seed, y'all. But do it, all right? Because faith without works is dead. So decide to do it. As long as you make that decision to do it, and that's all that matters, all right? Next, worrying about what other people think. That's another human aspect, y'all. It's normal. We always are going to, it's that people pleasing aspect. What are other people going to think about this decision? You know, are they going to look at me in a bad way? Are they going to call me stupid? Are they going to call me names? Are they going to, tell me, oh, you shouldn't have did that. You should have did this. You know, like I said, if you live by other people's decisions for you, then you will never be happy. You need to learn how to make decisions for yourself. Trust your gut, trust your instincts, trust God, and that's all you need to do. All right, because like I said earlier, people can give you their opinions and their 2 cents on what you should do with your life, but ultimately it's up to you. And it's your life. It's not their life to live. All right. You can follow what they say, and the effects and the consequences will happen to you, not to them. All right. So it's up to you to decide. You get to decide, y'all. And no, it does not matter what other people think, because people are going to talk about you. They're going to think what they want to think about you until the day you die and even after. So don't let them have a stake in your decision making. All right, because they make their own decisions. They got decisions they need to make. So don't let them make your decisions for you. You make your decisions for you and God. That's it. That is it. You can get advice, but you don't have to always take other people's advice. It's up to you. If you don't feel like that's the right advice for you, if you don't feel like that's the right path that you should take, then don't do it. Don't do it to please them. Do it because you felt like you wanted to do it. There's something that God told you. There's something that's in your gut. There's something that you feel like is going to work out for you. All right. That's where you should do it from, not other people's opinions. And especially people who like haters. Would you take advice from haters? No. So why do you care so much about what they think? All right. Haters are going to hate. Haters hate you because they are missing something within them. They see something in you that they know they probably can't achieve, or they're not working on right now. So they live vicariously through you, and they hate on all the good things that's happening to you and wonder why it's not happening to them, because you have so much hate in your heart and you're not happy in other people's success, you know? So don't let people you wouldn't take advice from make decisions and tell you what you should do with your life. Don't let those words penetrate because it does not matter. It really does not. At the end of the day, it does not matter. Next, comparing your choices to everyone else's. Once again, we see people's lives on social media and we see this, we see the decisions that they make. So we try to compare our decisions to their decisions and try to do what they did. But like I said, and I have said before in past episodes, your journey is your journey. Your decisions are your decisions, and your path is your path, and your life is your life. Stop trying to compare all of that to someone else on social media because they're only giving you the highlight reel. They're not giving you all the setbacks, their arguments with their parents or their siblings or their spouses. They're not giving you all the hard times. They're just giving you all the success and the rewards and all this good stuff. They don't show any of the bad stuff. So don't compare your life to that and say, "Oh, why isn't my life that good?" Well, do you know what that person had to go through? Had Do you know what that person had to go through to get to where they are in those pictures? Do you know the hell that they are living through right now? But they're portraying it as they're living life and living in the land of milk and honey. Do you want that person's struggles and problems? Because all that success comes with personal struggles and personal problems. What Biggie say? More money, more problems. All right? Understand that, y'all. And stop comparing yourself to what somebody else is doing. Don't make your decisions based off someone else's decisions in their life. Do what's best for you. All right? Because if you make a decision that someone else made for themselves, are you going to be able to handle the weight that comes with that? Are you going to be able to handle what comes with that decision? So if that's not something that's meant for you and you don't see yourself acting on the things that come after you make that decision, then don't make that decision. Make a decision that you see fit for yourself, what you're capable of, and that's it. That's it. All right. Stop comparing because your life will never be like anybody else's. You have your own unique life. Next, y'all, comparing no, I already did that. Seeking reassurance before trusting your own judgment. So, like I said, we sometimes seek other people's advice, see what they think we should do. And then we act from that. And that's okay for some people, but then, like I said, you're going off a decision that they made for you, not something that you trusted yourself to make, you know. So, like I said, if you go off other people's decisions and what they think you should do, that what they decided for you affects you, not them. All right. So trust your gut, trust what's inside of you, trust what God is telling you. We all have God speaking to us. You have the devil and you have God speaking to you. It's up to you to decide who you listen to. Who you listen to, y'all. It's up to you to decide. So you don't always need reassurance from other people. You need reassurance from God. Let Him know that you need help with a certain situation and trust His plan, trust His voice, and trust His direction and trust His timing. All right. And trust your instinct and your gut and your heart and what's inside of you because that's what matters. Like I said, it's your life. It's your life and you get to decide. So God gives us free will and we make our own decisions sometimes. Sometimes we make not good decisions and He allows it to happen, you know? So yeah. Reflection question for this, y'all. How often do I change my decision because I'm afraid someone else won't agree with me? How often do you change your decision, y'all, because someone else won't agree with you? Once again, it goes back to people pleasing. You can't please everybody. You really can't. You're going to make certain decisions in your life that your family may not be proud of. Sometimes people quit their job to follow their dreams. Huh. Do you know how many times parents have cursed their kids out or been so disappointed in them for quitting their job to follow their dreams? But that's because you quit your job because you trust that your dreams will make room for you. Your dreams will happen for you. God is going to make it happen for you. You did that. You took a leap of faith. You decided. You made a decision for yourself, for your future self, to follow your dreams right now, to go after your dreams right now. And your parents and your friends or whoever may not see it for you. They may not understand why you did it now, but they will in the long run because what is for you is for you. God places your life in your imagination, y'all. If you've been imagining opening up a business, if you've been imagining opening up a hair salon, if you've been imagining going after acting, singing, and it's really for you and it's your gift, then go after that. Do it now. Do it with what you have. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be uh, perfect. You don't have to have all your ducks lined up in a row. Start with what you have. Work from what you got, and just do it now. And God will figure out the rest. Everything else will fall into line like dominoes. All right. Especially if you are stepping into your purpose and your gift, things will just fall into line. You do it having faith. Do it having faith and doubting. Do it having faith and worrying. Do it having faith and being unsure, but just do it. Just do it. Do it unmotivated. All right. Discipline is what matters. Discipline will take you a long way, way further than motivation ever will, because motivation fades. It wears away. When you're not getting the results that you think you should be getting at a certain time, then that motivation kind of, dies off. You think, is this worth it? And that once again goes back to decision making. All right. When you start thinking, oh, is this worth it? Should I keep going on? If you decide to keep going on, then watch how it will all work out for you in the end. But if you decide to quit, then you will never know if it will work out for you. All right. Because your parents and your friends or your spouse may see that, you're struggling and it's not happening for you the way you think, or happening fast enough the way they think it should happen for you. So they tell you, oh, you should just quit, go back to that job, ask your boss to have your job back because it's not working for you. So you're struggling so bad out here. So, they give you their opinions and their 2 cents on what you should do with your life. And you can decide whether to listen to them or not. You can tell them, hey, no, I may be struggling right now, but I know God is coming. All right. I know my time will come. If I just keep putting in the work, I keep grinding, it will happen for you. It will happen for me. Have that faith. All right. Don't let you're in a process right now. All right. If you are starting in your purpose and your gift, we all are being processed. I'm being processed right now. I'm not um very successful yet, but I will be, because I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep, showing up. I'm going to keep putting out these podcast episodes, doing my radio shows, um, coming up with ideas, brainstorming ideas, changing my shows up, to get more engagement and viewers. I'm going to keep working at it, so I can get to the fruits of my labor, so I can reap the rewards of all the hard work that I'm putting in right now. Right? Keep putting in that hard work, y'all. Keep having faith. Keep doing it. Keep showing up. Keep putting your best foot forward, and do not give up. Do not give up. All right. You may not be getting the results that you want right now, but trust me, if you keep putting in that work and you keep going, you keep having faith, and you make a decision to keep going. Oh my God. Oh my God. Because you never know the day or the time that it will switch. You know, it will flip like that. Things start happening for you. You start getting opportunities. You start getting those viewers. You start getting more engagement on social media. It will happen for you just like that. The flip of a switch. So, and I want my success to be organic. That's me personally. I want my success to be organic. I want it to happen naturally and organically. I don't want a handout. I don't want a shortcut. I'm going to do mine organically and build a foundation from hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. You know, so yeah. Takeaway from this first segment, y'all. You don't have to have every answer before you take the next step. You really don't. You really don't. Just take the next step, and yeah, that's all that matters, y'all. Make a decision to take that next step. Moving on to segment 2, stop looking for permission to be yourself. Stop waiting for someone to validate you. Because if you wait for other people's validation, then you will put off your own timing. Okay, all right, waiting for someone else to validate what you're doing and validate your feelings and validate your decision making, because other people aren't going to see it how you see it. Other people are not going to see the vision for you that God has placed inside of you. Only you and God can see the vision for you. Only you and God. That's it. Right? Some people, other people aren't going to always get it because God didn't allow them to see it. He didn't put it in their imagination to see it for you. God put all of us, He put the life of our dreams in all of our imagination. He doesn't give it to other people to see. He gives it to you to see and for you to believe and to you to have faith in and to go in that direction. Sometimes you get angels every now and then. You get people telling you things that you already know to, reassure you and all that kind of stuff. But as long as you believe it, whether you get reassurance or not, whether you get validation or not, as long as you believe it, that's all that matters. So work from that. Have faith in that and go in that direction, y'all. All right? You don't need other people's validation. You really don't. As long as you have validation for yourself and God's validation, that's all that matters. It will take you a long way in this life. Right? Next, feeling like you need permission to pursue your dreams. You don't need permission to pursue your dreams. From who? Sally down the road? Bob at the secretary's desk? You need validation from those people? No. No. Right? Live your life. Do the thing that makes you happy. Do the hard work now. Do what you need to do now so that you can do what you want to do later on in life, y'all. Do it now. You don't need permission. All right, stop asking people, "Oh, do you think I should do this right now?" And then have them say, "Oh, no, you're not in the right position, or you don't have enough money, or you're not ready for that." Don't do that right now. You know, if you wait on them to say, "Oh, you're ready now," or you can do it now, then you will wait. You will be 80 years old and look up and look back on your life and have life of regret because you waited for someone else to give you validation and permission when to follow your own dreams. You will never be ready in other people's eyes, y'all. You have to be ready in your eyes, in the eyes of God, and in your own, trusting your own instincts and following your gut. Do it now. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to have everything right now. You don't have to be rich. Do it with what you have. Work from what you have and stop waiting for permission and validation from other people. Because if you live by the cheers, you live by other people's validation, you will die by their boos. You will die by their discouragement, and you will die by all the negativity from other people if you live by the cheers and the validation. All right. Next, people pleasing and approval seeking. Sometimes we make decisions based on other people's approval, whether other people will accept us or not, whether people will be mad at us or not, like I said earlier. But if, like I said, if you live by the cheers and the celebration from other people, then you will die by them turning on you and not accepting you, hating on you, negativity, all that kind of stuff. The negative comments on social media, all right? The you're losing likes, you're losing engagement. If you live by all those likes and all that kind of stuff, the approval of other people, then I'm so sorry. You should do what makes you happy, whether people like it or not. All right? You should do what makes you happy if people like it or not. The people who understand and who get you and want to support you, they will support you either way, no matter what you decide, no matter what you do with your life, because they support you and they love you. But the people who hate on you, oh my God, the flippy floppy people who are with you one day and with you and against you the next. Why do you care so much about those people? All right, because they don't know what the hell they want for their life. They're flippy floppy. Do not listen to flippy floppy people. All right, because they know they will never be happy. They will never be fully happy with any decision that you make. All right, focus on the day ones, the people who have been with you from the very beginning, when you didn't have nothing, when you just started your business from the ground up. They supported you. They loved on you. Focus on those people because those people will never turn their backs on you. They never will. So as long as you have a few good supporters, that's all that matters. But all this people pleasing to everybody else and trying to get them to like you, no, that's a waste of time because not everybody's gonna like you, no matter what you do. Right? You can um cure you can what am I trying to say? You can cure cancer. Find a cure for cancer and people will still hate on you. You can fix world hunger and people will still hate on you. You can fix the the economy in this country and people will still hate on you. You can do so many good things. You can win a Nobel Peace Prize and people will still find things to hate on you about. So stop living for other people's approval that you wouldn't take advice from and stop people pleasing. All right? Because I hear that when you reach 40, then that's when you just don't give a damn no more, you know. And that sounds nice. It sounds real nice, but I'm still having a hard time. I'm 27. I'm still having a hard time with people pleasing and overthinking and approval seeking. It takes time. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't just stop caring what other people think overnight. It happens over time. You know, it starts happening less and less. You stop caring what other people think less and less day by day. It's a process. Sometimes month by month, sometimes year by year, but it's a process and it will happen for you one day. Next, being afraid to disappoint people. That goes back to people pleasing and approval seeking, right? We don't, us introverts and people pleasers, overthinkers, we don't want to disappoint people. We really don't. You know, we want people to like us. We want people to accept us. We want people to, you know, like what we're doing and accept the decisions that we make for ourselves and, expect them to, you know, be on the bandwagon and support us every step of the way. But not everybody's going to do that, right? You're not going to always make people happy, like I just said. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with making decisions that disappoint other people because it's not for people to always get all the doggone time. You know, not everybody's going to understand you. Not everybody's going to understand every decision you make, and not every person going to, not every person is going to be okay and as accepting of certain things you do in your life. But the key word, it's your life, right? If it makes you happy, then do it. Now, I'm not saying do stuff immoral that makes you happy. I'm saying do stuff morally that makes you happy. You know, don't go out here just thinking you can do any an old thing just because you happy with it. No, there's a lot of evil things that people do and they're happy doing it. I'm not saying do none of that stuff. I'm saying do the stuff that is moral, do good stuff. Y'all know what the hell I mean. If you take that the wrong way, you think I'm telling you to do like go out and kill people just because it makes you happy. No, I'm not saying do that at all. I'm saying do stuff morally that is right and that's good for your life that will benefit you, that will, give you evolution and growth in life, that will take you somewhere in life, not someplace you don't want to go. All right. So be okay with being, you know, be okay with disappointing people, y'all. Because it's going to happen. You're going to disappoint people. You're going to disappoint your family and friends. You're not going to always make decisions that they're happy with. But guess what? They can either choose to keep supporting you or not. That's up to them. That's not on you. And that's something they got to decide in their life and in their heart. It's not for you to decide for them. All right. So moving on, understanding that not everyone will understand your journey. Absolutely. Not everybody is going to understand your journey. And it's not for them to understand because we all have our own journeys and you're not going to understand their journey. But it's not for us to understand. It's for us to um understand for ourselves. We understand our own journey. We understand where we're trying to go in life. We understand that we have our own setbacks. We all have our own setbacks, our own demons, our own stuff that we got to figure out and get over. And not everybody's going to understand that. Not everybody's going to understand where you're going in life. They may see that you're struggling right now or you're not getting, the stuff, not successful right now. But guess what? It will happen for me. All right. Whether you understand that or not, it will happen for me. Just like it will happen for anybody else who's in the struggle right now and working towards their goals and trying to achieve things in life. As long as you keep going, it will happen for you. No matter if people don't understand it or not, or they think you should quit. It does not matter what they think. And it's not for them to understand. It's not for them to decide for you. It's for you. It's you and God. That's all that matters. That's the only two people who should be in the boardroom meeting on decisions for your life. God and you. That's it. Not nobody else. Because it's not anybody else's job to decide decisions for you. It's not. When you hit 18 or when you get out of high school, it's time to start making decisions for yourself. All right. You can't always rely on your parents to make decisions. As long as they get you to 18, then they did their job. Now it's up to you to decide what you want for your life and to go out here and make the right decisions, not basing your decisions off of childhood trauma and things that you went through as a child. Because, yes, your mom or dad may not have been there for you, but guess what? If you stop at a red light, you have to stop at a red light. You don't just get to run through a red light and then you get pulled over by a cop and then they ask you, why do you stop? Why didn't you stop at a red light? And you say, oh, well, I had childhood trauma and my dad did this and my mom did that. Okay. But what does that have to do with you not stopping at the red light? You can make a choice. You can make a decision to let that past trauma affect you and affect you later on in life, or you can choose to learn from it, not do what they did to your future kids, not let that penetrate, not let that affect your adulthood life. Go get some help. Go get some help, y'all. If you went through some stuff, go get some help. Don't try to figure it out on your own. And yes, you can't pray that away. God puts therapists and people who help with situations like that in our lives for a reason. He made them for a reason, right? Sometimes you need that kind of help, right? So yeah. Hopefully I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense to y'all because I feel like I'm all over the place, but hopefully I'm making sense. And the takeaway for this part of the segment, y'all, what would you do differently if you stopped worrying about everyone's opinion? What would you do differently? Would you just live life the way you want? Would you make decisions and go into those decisions without overthinking and hoping and praying and wondering if everybody's going to like it? Because that's what you should do. Just make decisions. Hopefully, it's the right decision, and stand in that decision. All right, that's it. So the takeaway for this segment: your life doesn't need a committee's approval. Period. You don't need the peanut gallery's approval, y'all. You just don't. All right, because like I said, if you live by other people's approval, then you will die by their disapproval. All right. So segment 3, moving on. Trust God when you can't see the whole path. Faith during uncertain seasons, y'all. If you are going through an uncertain season, have faith. All right. Keep going. If you are in the middle of a storm, why would you stop? If you're going through hell, why would you stop? Keep going. If you're in the middle of a forest, a dark forest with no lights, don't stop. Keep going, y'all. Keep going because there is light at the end of your journey. All right. We all have to go through a journey of setbacks and darkness and um, disillusionment and uncertain seasons. We all have to go through that. But what matters is faith, your faith and your will to keep going and the discipline to show up and do it anyway. Keep going, y'all. All right. Have that faith that everything will work out. As long as you have that belief, that belief and that faith is what keeps you going on days when it just didn't go right. You're gonna have bad days and you feel like nothing's working out for you, but as long as you have faith and you keep going, then you keep moving into your purpose and your gift and what God has for you, things will work out. It will all work out, y'all. Just have that faith, keep going, and don't let other people's opinions and stuff like that penetrate you, right? Not knowing what's coming next. You don't have to know what's coming next. You don't have to have your life figured out. You don't have to have your future known to you. Or it's not for you to understand. It's not for you to plan out. All right. Because we all have plans. We all can make our own plans. And God sees those plans and he laughs at us because he's like, oh, you have plans, but you don't know what I got planned for you. All right. His plans are better than your plans. Sometimes we have small minded plans. We have, we make small prayers and we make, small dreams and, just small. But God has something even bigger for you, something that you couldn't even imagine, something that you didn't think for yourself can happen for you when you moved in the gift and your purpose that He has for you. And that's meant for you, right? It will open doors. Your gift will make room for you. Your dreams and your purpose or your gift will open doors that you never thought would even open for you. You will do things in your life that you never even thought of if you just have the faith and keep going forward. All right, because it all will work out in the end. It has to. All right, it has to. And sometimes people make, sometimes people say that you should have a plan B, but I feel like every person who has had to come up with a plan B has had to use their plan B because you didn't fully have faith in plan A. If you move into plan A and you work on plan A and it's not an option for it not to work out for you, then it will work out for you, especially if it's your gift and your purpose. Now, it has to be your gift and your purpose. All right, y'all. I don't want y'all to be, misunderstood by this. If it's your gift and your purpose, is what I'm talking about. If you cannot sing, then you will not be in sold out arenas and sold out stadiums if you can't sing and that's what you want to do. Sometimes we have things that we want to do that are just not meant for us. You know, sometimes people want to be a football player, but you're not athletic in any way. You're scared. You're scared of getting tackled. You're scared of physical contact. So that's not for you. Go find something that's for you and that you're meant to do, and that's your gift and your purpose. You know, just because you sing at church, they let everybody sing at church, whether you can sing or not. That doesn't mean that you're going to get a record deal. So find what is for you. Stay in your own lane. Stop trying to be in somebody else's lane or in a lane that is not meant for you because you will go off the cliff every single time. All right, stay in your own lane and focus on what is for you, y'all. And you don't have to know what's coming next. You don't have to know what tomorrow will hold. When you worry about tomorrow, you are off into something that you have no control over. So why worry about it? And sometimes we worry so much about tomorrow, then the thing that we're worrying about doesn't even happen. So stop worrying about tomorrow. Worry about today. Today is enough. Give us this day our daily bread. Today is enough, y'all. It says that in the Lord's Prayer. Give us this day our daily bread. Today is enough. Just, today. Do your best today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about the past. You can't change the past. What you did in the past is what you did. You don't have a time machine to go back and change it and fix it and redo things. It happened. What you did is what you did, and you can learn from that, grow from that, or you can stay in that. You know, but who wants to stay in that and worry about it? Worry about something that you can't control. You can't change the past, and you can't control your future. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're even gonna. You just don't know. I was about to say something, but I don't want to go there. But you just don't know, y'all. So stop worrying about tomorrow. All right? Live in today. Be present. Smell the roses, y'all, along the journey. Don't get so focused on um achieving things and uh just enjoy the journey is what I'm trying to say. Smell the roses along the journey. All right? Enjoy the process, y'all. If you don't enjoy the process and you don't enjoy the grind and you don't enjoy the hard work, then what are you doing? If it's not making you happy, what are you doing? You should be happy in the process. You should be happy grinding. You should be happy moving towards something that will eventually happen for you and you can live a life of leisure and do what you want to do. You have to do what you don't want to do, y'all. You have to work. You have to work hard to get to the life where you can do what you want to do every single day. Period. And that's what I'm working towards. I'm working towards a life where I can do what I want to do, travel when I want to travel, work what I want to work, and be comfortable in life. Be at peace and be happy. Be comfortable. You know. So the next one, trusting. excuse me. Trusting God's timing. Everything is not going to work out in the way that you want it to work out. It's not going to happen when you want it to work out. It's going to work out when God allows it, when it's time. All right. Every prayer has a set date and time, and we can't speed it up. We can't slow it down. It will happen when it will happen. Actually, we can't slow it down because if you're not working towards, if you're not putting in the work, you're just having a whole lot of faith, but you're not putting in the work, then you're slowing down your progress. You're slowing down your journey, and you're slowing down God's blessings for you. All right. Because blessings and God's packages do not deliver to, I don't know how Boulevard or um, I'm just going to quit Circle. It delivers, God delivers to Faith Street, right? So as long as you have faith and as long as you put in that work, then you are on track for God's timing. It will happen for you, y'all. Not in your timing, but in His timing. In His timing, He is always on time. Just when you think it's not about to happen for you, He flips it just like that. And He gives you what you've been waiting on, you what you've been working towards, and what you've been praying for. All right. Just have that belief. Trust in His timing because His plans and His timing are good and they're amazing. And I trust His timing and I trust His plans because sometimes we think we're ready for certain things, but we're not. If God gave it to you right now, you would mess it up. That's why you don't have it right now. There's a lot more growth. There's a lot more patience you have to have. All right. So that's it. Trust His timing, not your own. Then understanding that uncertainty doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. You can be uncertain. You can doubt. But as long as you continue moving and have that discipline to do it even when you don't want to do it that day, that's all that matters. You can, God understands that we're not going to always understand where He's taking us. He understands that. But as long as you continue moving towards where He tells you to go, you do what He tells you to do, that's all that matters. He says you don't have to have it all figured out. We don't have to we don't have to have it all figured out. The how is not any of our business. We just have to do it and have faith and work. And God figures out all the rest, y'all. All the other stuff will fall in line the way it's supposed to happen in His timing, right? We don't have to have everything figured out. We don't have to be certain about everything. You can be uncertain, and it doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. Just do it and have faith. Next, learning to move forward without having everything figured out. Like I just said, keep moving forward. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to have your ducks lined in a row. You don't have to know what's coming tomorrow. You don't have to know when God is going to bless you. Just keep moving toward that blessing because it will eventually happen. I can't stress that enough, y'all. Especially if you're moving in what He has for you and your gift and your purpose. I cannot stress that enough either. All right. If you're moving in the wrong direction, you gotta come on now, get back on the right path. You went off the trail, stay on the trail. All right. God gives us signs just like they do in the national parks and all that kind of stuff. They have signs, stay on the trail. God gives us signs in our life to get back on track, get back on the right path, get back on the path, get back, y'all. All right. Stay on your path. Don't look over there at somebody else's journey and how far they are. Stay on your own path. Look towards your own future. All right. So, encouragement for this segment. You may not know where every step will lead, but you can trust the one guiding your steps. Amen. Amen, y'all. Let's read there. I'll read that one more time. You may not know where every step will lead, but you can trust the one guiding your steps. Mm, 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 mm. Because faith is believing without seeing. That's so powerful, y'all. Segment 4. Moving on. Confidence is built through action. Hmm. Keeping promises to yourself is very important, y'all. Remember that promise you made when you were younger? Oh, I'm going to be this, and I'm going to do this for my family when I get this, X amount of money, and I'm going to do this when I get successful. Keep those promises to yourself. All right. You made those promises for a reason. All right. Make promises and act on those promises so your future self will be happy and not struggling and fearful and worrisome all the time. All right. Do stuff today. Make promises. Act on those promises. Be a man or woman of your word right now. All right. So your future self will be happy. You will set up your future self for greatness, success, joy, peace. Do things today that your future self will be proud of. Keep those promises to yourself, y'all. Keep those promises. Celebrate small victories. Celebrate every level up, y'all. Celebrate every level up. That's with money, success, all that kind of stuff. Celebrate those small victories. Celebrate the come up. Celebrate the things that you didn't have 10 days ago, 2 days ago, a day ago, months ago, years ago. Celebrate, right? Celebrate every new thing that you get. Celebrate every opportunity that you get. Celebrate every day that you wake up because God does not have to wake you up. We do not have to wake up every single day, but He allows us to. He blesses us to wake up every single day, right? If you have all five of your senses and all your limbs, be grateful and thank God for that because some people don't have all their senses and all their limbs. They don't. All right. Be happy making $30,000 a year, $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Be happy for every level up, every come up, every small thing that moves you closer towards your goal. Be happy for those small victories, y'all, because those small victories leads to bigger victories and bigger results and bigger things happening for you in your life. All right? Remember when you weren't making the amount that you're making now and you were praying for the amount that you're making now? Remember that? So be grateful for that, y'all. Don't take it for granted. Because if you take things for granted that God gives you, understand that He can give it to you and He can take it away from you if you're not humble. All right? Understand that. Taking yourself seriously, y'all. Take yourself seriously. It's not a joke, it's not a punchline. Your life is serious. Get serious about your life. Get serious about the things that you want to do. Don't just think it. Don't just joke about it. Don't just dream about it and not act on it. Act on it. All right? If it's given to you in your mind and your imagination, then follow that. If you feel it within your gut, trust your instincts. Trust what God places inside of you. Trust the signs that God places in our lives. God places signs in our lives that reassures us that we're moving in the right direction or reassures us and lets us know the path that we need to take in our lives. You just have to pay attention. Pay attention, y'all. Stop getting distracted by things that don't matter, other people's opinions and their hate for you and things that don't matter. Stop paying attention to those things and pay attention to the signs and the angels that God sends in your life. Take yourself seriously, take your dreams seriously, take your goals seriously, take your growth seriously. All right? Doing things that make you uncomfortable. You have to live outside of your comfort zone, y'all. You cannot stay in your comfort zone your whole entire life doing things that make you comfortable. Start becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable. All right? Do things that scare you because in those things, there's growth. All right? Growth happens outside of your comfort zone. If you're always comfortable and you're always doing the same old, then you're going to get what you've been getting. And that's nothing. Nothing happening for you. You have to do the uncomfortable thing. Weird people make money. Be weird. You know, live outside of the box. Do something that scares you. Do something that you never thought you would do. Do that. It is growth, and you start getting hardened and start strengthening as a person. Start being more confident. Confidence happens outside of your comfort zone, y'all. All right. So don't stay in your comfort zone, y'all. Get out. Get out. Put yourself out there. Put yourself in front of people, you know, and stop being afraid. Because, like I said earlier, the land of fear is where dreams go to die. You want your dream to die? I don't think that you do. All right? You want your dreams to make room for you. You want your dreams to make you happy, bring you peace, bring you opportunities that you never thought imagined for yourself. That's what you want. That's what you want. All right? So do that. And building confidence through experience. As you experience things all in life and you go through things in life, you build more and more confidence. All right? You become confident in the person that you're becoming. All right. And when people see that confidence, they know to take you seriously. They respect you when they see confidence. If they see that you're not confident in yourself, then they will easily disrespect you. So be confident, stand strong in your beliefs and your values and your gift and your purpose and what you see for yourself. Stand strong in that. Be confident. Go in it confidently. And don't let fear, don't let hate, don't let disapproval from other people penetrate you, y'all. All right. As long as you and God are working together, and you're listening to him and you're following the path that he has for you, you let him order your steps, and you step. He tells you to go left, you go right. What he tells you to, that's all that matters. Like I said earlier, you and God should be the only two people in the brainstorm, in the meeting, in the um, conference room, discussing things pertaining to your life. That's it. That's it. So I want to challenge y'all. Think of something you've been putting off because you're afraid you won't be good enough. I'll read it one more time. Think of something you've been putting off because you're afraid you won't be good enough, y'all. That's your challenge for this week. Then ask yourself, what is one small step I can take today? You don't have to conquer the entire mountain today. You don't have to have everything figured out today. You don't have to accomplish everything today, y'all. Just take small steps. Those small victories, all right? The decision to keep going. Just take the next step. Put one foot in front of the other with faith. With faith. All right. So moving on to segment 5, y'all. This is the soul reflection segment of the show. Trust yourself again, y'all. I want to invite y'all to reflect on these questions. What decision have I been afraid to make? Whose approval am I seeking? What does my intuition keep telling me? Where have I allowed fear to control me? And what is God asking me to trust Him with? All right, I want y'all to write those questions down. I'll read them one more time. And I want y'all to reflect on these questions. What decision have I been afraid to make? Whose approval am I seeking? What does my intuition keep telling me? Where have I allowed fear to control me? And what is God asking me to trust Him with? And your weekly challenge, y'all, for the next 7 days, practice making one decision each day without asking everyone else what they think. Oh my God, I'm so guilty of that. I'm always asking other people what they think I should do, but I'm going to work out of that and trusting my gut instinct. All right. And I want y'all to do that too. You don't need everybody's approval every single time. All right. Make one decision each day without asking everyone else what they think. Pause, pray, think. All right. I want y'all to do that too. Pause. I want you to pray and I want you to think about it. Then trust yourself. At the end of the week, write down what you've learned. Those are powerful things, y'all. Powerful things. I'm going to be working on them too. I'm not just giving y'all things y'all should work on and saying my life is perfect and I don't go through struggles and trials and tribulations. I am teaching myself and giving myself advice too. And I'm going to be following this too as well. So I'm going to be challenging my own self as well. We're all learning as we go. I'm learning with you guys as I go through these episodes and stuff like that. So I'm learning as well. So, in closing, y'all, as we close today's soul session, I want you to remember this. You are allowed to trust yourself. You are allowed to make decisions. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to outgrow situations, relationships, habits, and even versions of yourself. And you don't have to apologize for becoming the person you're meant to be. All right. If you're an introvert, you don't have to become louder. If you're a people pleaser, you don't have to stop caring about people. You simply have to learn how to care about yourself too, because you matter. All right. Your ideas matter. Your opinions matter. What you think matters. All right. Trust God and take that next step, y'all. All right. And when you don't know what to do next, pray and give yourself permission to learn along the way. Hmm. Thank y'all so much for spending another soul session with me. If this conversation spoke to you, share it with someone who needs this reminder and continue following Soul Sessions, motivation for people pleasers and introverts with Benjamin the Great on podcasts, where you listen to podcasts, iHeart Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and of course, YouTube, y'all. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. These episodes, I get nervous before every episode because, I feel like I'm hoping that I make sense to everybody. Hopefully what I'm saying comes across, you know, good and you understand what I'm saying. Because sometimes self-doubt myself. Maybe, maybe I'm not coming off the right way, or maybe I'm not explaining what I need to explain the right way, or maybe I just don't make sense. I overthink those things and I self-doubt myself. But hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from and what I'm saying. And thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. All right. I'll leave you with this closing quote. Confidence doesn't mean knowing everything. It means trusting yourself enough to keep going while you learn. Keep growing, keep believing, keep trusting. And never forget, you don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. I'll say that one more time. You don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. Just keep moving, y'all. All right. I'm Benjamin the Great, and this has been Soul Sessions. God bless you. Protect your peace. Trust your journey. And I'll see you in the next Soul Session.